Okay. All right, cool. It's working. Let's go ahead and turn the music back on. Got it set to loop. Neat. Okay. And this time I've made sure to leave plenty of space on my thing. Cool. Welcome everyone to the first stream of God knows how many of working on this side scroller project. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make a new folder. I'm gonna rename this layer to Mori Friends, and that way I've got that up. I'll do sheet one. I'm not gonna bother to name that because it's destined to die. So first, the question becomes, do I do her normal outfit? Okay. I need to move this down actually. Do I do her normal outfit? Or do I do like a base starting and have this like be unlockable later? Because there's going to be multiple outfits that you can get, like a bunny outfit, and each one are going to give different stat upgrades. The bunny girl outfit will obviously give like movement speed and jumping ability. There will be like a bikini armor that gives additional defense, etc., etc. And the question becomes, so that is the question for now. Oops. For now, let's go ahead and just get started on the first pose. I need to move this up just a tad. I said I need to move this up just a tad. Thank you very much. Alright. Oh, that's better. See, my stylus was smacking my fucking... Shit, that's the Mori! I did that shit on the Mori reference. And why is that part of that? So, cool. So now we can start this. So... Alright, let's see. Oh, this is pen. I don't want pencil. So, let's make that. Let's make the thing a little bit smaller. I do kind of need to move the Mori reference a little bit closer so that I've got it. I found this image on Google Images, and I just really liked the way that they drew Callie on this. And it'll be like, it's basically perfect for a reference for her. So she and Ina will be the first playable characters. I'll probably add Gura and Ame later to it. I'm a bit hesitant to add Kiara though, mainly because I've heard that she's had a pretty bad experience with guys, and considering the content in this game, that I'm making for the Yabai mode, I feel like she would probably not probably not appreciate being in such a game, to put it lightly. I feel like Ame would be down for it. I could be wrong though, and if any of them are like uncomfortable, I'll make this into like original characters instead that are like heavily based on them. But yeah, I just want to simp for my girls. What? Oh, there it is. All right, let's try this again. So rename this to Stick. And unlike I usually use a I usually just copy and paste these things, but this time I'm gonna change the color. Color of these. I'm gonna keep it purple, kind of a pinkish purple. So let's convert to drawing color. Make it a bit less. Move that there, and change that back. So for now, how does your face look? Kind of. Well, this is a fan art, though, is the problem. Let me see. How about official? Yeah, it's actually pretty on point. Kind of a wider head with large eyes and a small nose. Okay. So bring that back up so I can pay attention to chat. So first, we're gonna start by doing just simple shapes. These shapes aren't meant to be like super accurate or anything. They're just there for proportion's sake. No, actually that was pretty correct. So what do you think, chat? Do you think I should go ahead and give her make their first outfits? Because they're gonna have, because both Ina and outfits as well in the game. Every outfit that has appeared that they have made will be in the game. I actually really like this playlist they made. All right. So arms are a tad long, so I'm gonna move these up to about here. That's the great thing about digital art, is that if you make an obvious mistake like that, you can pretty easily course correct. traditional art, it'd be a whole hassle, whole process to, oops, fix that. Come on. There we go. For Josh, this is just the beginning. It does not need to be super accurate. What we're doing here is making what is known as an A pose. Now, there will be different weapons that each character can get. This is definitely closer to endgame. So I think I'll make like a simple, innocuous design for the first scythe you get. Perfect. So now we're gonna do the same thing. I need to hotkey that shit. In fact, let me do that real quick. Let's see, I need to find preferences. I need to find command, interface, performance. I actually don't know where to find this. Hotkeys. Oh, here we are. Shortcut settings. Edit. Delete, fill, advanced, colorize, convert to drawing color. We are going to turn this into what do we make this? I think I will make it Shift C. And then that should do it. So I'm gonna undo that to see if that worked. So Shift C. Shift C. Shift C. There we go. Yep, that worked. Cool. So now we're gonna turn that down and we are going to start with not that actually. So now make that black again. Turn that back to pencil. We are going to start with the basic shapes. You know, again, nothing super detailed. Not yet. We'll add details later. Right now, we want to get an idea of. And I know that most of you watching probably already know this or can tell what I'm doing, but I'm thinking out loud so that I don't try to, you know, add more details when I don't need to. Again, it doesn't need to be super detailed, just a bit better shapes than before. More uniform. So how you guys been? It's been a few days. I technically was supposed to stream yesterday and I ended up not doing that because I ended up getting home late. I ended up not being able to sleep and just decided, fuck it, I'll sleep the extra time. And I wanted to have a day off, like in general. like, because I do Uber full time, I wanted a day, just like a solid day where I don't have to stream or work or do anything. Mondays are typically a slow day for me in VFW for that, so Monday seemed like as good of a day as ever, as any, to choose as a day off. I don't know why I added that 3D effect there. I don't even have to worry about that until later. But yeah. So start by making the arms. And before we like finalize the A pose, we'll start by making a set of action poses that will serve as kind of a baseline for the attacks. I should probably go for the pitch real quick, so I'll go to a different section real quick. Yeah, that seems like as good of any. So basically the idea is that you, Callie or Ina, you as Callie or Ina, rather, will spawn in a world, and it's like this neighborhood, right? Like there's dog and a tree here. You'll spawn, and this will be smack dab in the middle. Like you are here. That's where you spawn. And you will go, you'll adventure through this area. This will serve as the tutorial island. And you'll beat the boss, which will be Nene. We'll go ahead and draw Nene real quick. I chose the wrong thing again. I keep doing that for some reason. So now you stick Nene. So you'll fight her on like this floating thing, this floating stage that she'll be on. And she'll shoot like balls and lasers at you and all that. It'll be her Nene Daibakusu, I think is the full name of it. I just it's a cute song. And that will be her boss theme. At the very least, it will be a remix based on it. I would like to have the song itself. So once you beat her, you'll be able to explore freely in any of the 4 additional areas. So let's say over here we've got the beach, which will be that's a G. Aqua's level, and then down here you'll have maybe the city, which will have Corone. So Corone will be there. And then on this side, you'll be able to go to what's it called? Maybe a park. Or no. Yeah, a park with a little circus in it, and that'll be Polka. So Omaru Polka will be there. And then over here we'll have a sciencey area, and that will No. City will do that, but late. But for now, there will be a like a traditional Japanese area, and that will be for what's her name? Shit. Yodazo. Nakiri. Fuck, why can't I think of her name? She's so cute. Whatever, we'll just leave it as Yodazo for now. And each one of them will have like special side dungeons, like in the city will have, actually we'll have two. The first one will be a rocket which takes you to the moon, and that's where you'll fight Robocop. And then in the other will be a, what's it called? A casino. Oops. Where it's Mikore. So we'll just use that. Mikorone. There's actually two K's in that, but you get my point. So, and the beach, I haven't decided yet. Yeah, polka. So none of these I've decided yet, but I would like at least one sub dungeon in each. You know, so one area where you can go to once you beat that area. You get to that area, and then it gives you an extra place to explore an additional level. And then each one of these will also have like an optional dungeon inside of them that you'll be able to fight a character which is just completely optional. And I called it open world because we're gonna leave that in there for now, because the you will be able to explore each section after you defeat Nene. You will be able to explore each of the different areas in any order you want. So if you decide to go up towards the beach, you can do that. If you want to go towards the city, you can do that, the circus, etc., etc. If you want to backtrack and go to the circus, you know, and those sort of things, then you will be able to do that. Okay, cool. So now we are going to once again, come on. Change that. What's going on? Oh, that's because I haven't changed colors yet. That's why. Whoops. Remember, kids. Remember to stay in school, children. Or you'll end up like me, forgetting to change the color when you're trying to change the coloring settings. So, alright, so now we can go ahead and start adding more details, and we're going to start with the head. So, this time we are going to add this, and I'm using darker colors. Well, maybe I should use gray instead. And that way I can use black for like shading things. So we're gonna go ahead and start making this like look good for the outline. So first, and the reason I want to do Callie first, even though I can't really call myself a deadbeat, is because I am a takodachi. even though I'm a Takodachi, the reason I want to do her first, I should probably say, is because she will be the typical melee attacker. So you know how in these games they usually have two different characters and they each will have different styles of fighting, and there's usually a melee fighter and then a ranged fighter that you can choose at the beginning of the game. Well, it's the same thing with this. Ina will be the ranged fighter, and I feel like, and that's the first thing we're going to do is get the combat down, and then we'll start worrying. So just like Zelda, we're going to make our first two things. We're going to make a fan, just a general fan. So, you know, he'll have a big nose. Let's say he's got a pretty big nose. He's got the glasses. He's got a neck beard. He'll be a bit on the larger side. He'll be carrying a camera. That'll be his attack. He'll have this camera item that he's got. And he'll take pictures, and that'll deal damage to you. He'll deal damage. That will be the first enemy that we make, because we're doing this the Nintendo way, where we get the combat down first and foremost, and then worry about everything else after. Because the combat and exploration are going to be the things that this game focuses on first and foremost. And because of that, I want to make sure that the combat is done. So for all of the for streams, whenever I stream this, I will be doing the safer work stuff. And I don't know, I might make a pomp later to start on the NSFW stuff, the yabai content rather. But for these streams at least, I will be doing this on I will be doing all of the stuff that is applicable to both versions, because probably no one saw that tweet, but I will be making two modes to this game, affectionately referred to as Say So and Yabai mode, where Yabai mode has hentai content in it, so it will have the typical H game mechanics to it. You know, you'll have your clothes will have a durability meter to them, and if the durability gets too low, they'll break at different levels, and if they break too much, the next time you get knocked down with a strong enough attack, you could get contented. You could be made into the next Dojin material, if you know what I'm saying. You probably don't know what I'm saying. Nobody ever does. But yeah, I feel the reason we're doing Mori first is because I feel like with her, it would be easier to get the it'll be easier to get the melee done first, because it'll take it's not I'm an amateur artist. I'm still fairly new at this, especially drawing on stream, and case in point, I can't. Why? There we go. Why can't I draw a circle? Why is it so hard? I can't just use like my whole arm to do it like I normally do because it's my desk is already shaking like mad because I'm using the dinner table as my computer desk. And because of that, it's causing all sorts of wacky shenanigans to go on. So one of these days I'll get an actual thing. Okay, cool. We're getting there. And we're not too worried. This is more for proportions. We'll add more details and shapes later. And again, I'm saying that to myself so that I don't try to add the details early and mess everything up. We will, however, start the very first bit of something that has helped me immensely in hand and foot drawing hands and feet, and that is making these sort of a 3D thing. So, and again, not too worried about the general shape of it. Just want to get an idea. We're gonna make this move a little bit closer to the center, and then that way it doesn't look like it's going inside all the way to the side, rather. There we go, that looks better. Let's zoom out of it and make sure that this looks proportional. The legs are a bit on the short side, actually. So I am going to... Looks like the calves are fine. I'm gonna need to move these. So I'm gonna just take both of these and I am gonna move them straight down quite a bit to about there. Move these back up and we'll go ahead and erase this part. Start over with that. So now that that's done, we have a better idea. We can do a bit better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Now the legs look a bit more proportional. And this thigh up here still looks pretty okay. So we are going to keep working on this. So what do you think, Chad? Should I go ahead and give each character their release, their initial outfit designs, or should I save those for something that you can unlock? So eventually I will have to make a decision with or without your approval. And I'm kind of leaning towards the basic thing and letting those outfits be like their end game outfits. Alright, I think that'll be fine. So now the arms are a bit on the lanky side, actually. I take that back. The torso also needs work. So we're gonna erase the torso. In fact, we're gonna erase all of this. I'll fix these. I spent way too much time to just erase those two. Right, so let's go ahead and make this, and I'm gonna need to raise this head up probably. About here, I think will do. What the fuck is this? What is that? Get that out of my face. So now we can go ahead and make this a bit on the longer side. We'll go ahead and draw those circles and keep those as a bit of guidance for us. Once again, we're not too concerned with the shape. More or less just doing this to get an idea of where everything is proportionally. What song is this again? I forgot. I forgot what song this is supposed to be. Oh, Halloween Night Tonight. Okay, cool. I like that song. You know, it's weird. Before getting into HoloLive, I wasn't really into idol music. I have a deeper appreciation for it now. The beats and rhythms that they have, that they do in it. It's a lot of fun. I really like it, I should say. Shrink the neck a bit. There. That looks a bit better. Okay. And what about now? I think that looks good, because Callie's model really is kind of tall and lanky. In fact, we're not changing that now. All right, so now we can hide that, this up, change this to that, and then change this to that. Now we can start with the real details. So we're gonna change this back to kind of a grayish color. So now I think I might make her neck a bit longer too. And this also gives me like a little preview here of everything, and I can still see Callie's model there. So I can make like proportional adjustments when necessary. That's why I'm not too concerned with the way the legs look right now, because it's not going to stay like that. Anybody else really like the aesthetic of graphite pencils? Like the way they look and all sketchy? I've always liked the way sketches look. I think that's why I've stuck to sketching for so long. Without ever like trying to branch out to different things. Maybe I should make this smaller. That looks a bit better actually. Okay, also add those there. Add this guide for the face later. Her shoulders, Callie's shoulders look like they're actually kind of slouched. And that could just be the pose, but it looks like she doesn't have such broad shoulders. Hers are a bit on the more reserved side. Keep forgetting I can just turn my shit around. I don't remember what this song is supposed to be either. If anyone in chat knows, please correct me. Please tell me what songs these are. It's funny, when I work Uber, I will have a constant I'll have a playlist of HoloLive on. I usually start with Chikutaku because I'm just a hardcore Ame simp. And I am going to say this in regards to her. If there was ever like a streamer that you should really like pay attention to how they do their work, Ame is definitely one of them, and one of the top ones, I would say. Because the way that she made a large part of the reason why Hollow EN is where it is as big as it is largely due to her planning. Now, her waist. Let's see. Her waist. It's actually fairly wide. She's got a fairly wide waist, so give her a bit bigger of a waist. You see, this is where we start making the course corrections for shapes and stuff, where we really start paying attention to how things are. And earlier I mentioned that the feet were kind of made 3D. You'll see why in a bit when we get to that point. But for now, we're just focusing on the most basic shapes for this. And I think I was thinking of maybe doing the arms first, but on second thought, probably be better to do the legs first for proportions and limb positions. So let's go ahead and start with this. I don't know what I just did, but I want it out of my face. What in the goddamn fuck? Because that's what I was trying to do. Now we can connect these two together. Apparently Callie does not have much of a butt for her model, which is very disappointing, by the way. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. And meme kind of fits. Okay, so this is the part where we have to kind of make a bit of an adjustment because I made these legs way too short, calves and specifically. We'll go ahead and draw the feetsies now. And just the regular boxes for now. Might make this a bit longer. Let's see. Forget what this song is supposed to be, what it's called, rather. The track's title is, I should say. Man, how can I call myself a HoloLive fan if I can't even remember half the names of the songs? How can I even call myself a fan if I hardly ever watch any of their streams? Because I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to that. I'm more of a clip fan. I consume almost all of my streamers' content in clips. It's not just HoloLive, it's everyone. Let's that down. I really need to take out the trash, but I don't have any trash bags. So everything is like stewing in the actual trash can. It smells like it's starting to kind of seep through. That's gross. Alright, so and make it like this. Add this here. And then this way it will make it a bit easier for us to draw the thingies and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and make this, and first I'm gonna make that a bit smaller actually. The forearm will there you go. Looks fine. Oh, Blue Clapper, I think, is what this one is called. I actually really like this playlist. I was playing a bunch of the midnight versions of the songs that they've put by like HoloLive's official JP YouTube channel. So if you want something like nice and chill to like study or draw to, you could do worse than this. So we're gonna go ahead and oh god, no, I did not mean to do that. Whoops. Alright. Cool. That's just to give us an idea later on. So now we'll minimize that. Do that. Shift. Oh, right. Why do I keep forgetting to do that? This. And then go up. Do this. And we'll go ahead and start with Callie's eyes. So that we can start working on the rest of the stuff too. So she has a bit bigger eyes. Fucking damn it. Yeah, it's centered to this screen. I just suck. Go ahead and make the ears as well. Again, these don't have to be super detailed. We're just getting an idea, and due to the way that, due to the fact that we're gonna have different outfits, I am thinking of making the base sprites like nude, and making sprites, separate sprites that go a layer over them. Facial features, not really. Mouth is a bit bigger. There, I think that looks good. Okay. Ears here for a second. We'll just leave the eyes as is. Make her hair next. We won't bother changing the color of that. Not yet, anyway. Because I'm going to merge these layers later. So, let's see. I think I see how he did this first. So it looks like they're pretty flat across the eyebrows. You know what? I goofed. Ears need to be a bit higher. For the... Oops. And again, I'm not too worried about details because we're going to be changing these later. We'll add more details later. So for her, the rest of her hair, it's about to her waist. And it looks like it kind of does that. Too big hair. Okay, cool. So we're gonna hide that for now. And that. And I take that back. We're gonna keep that up. We're gonna make a new one of these. We're gonna change this to this. And turn that a bit down to match that. And now we're gonna add more details. So first we'll start with the bangs. So first, looks like, you know what, I'm gonna move this, I said, I'm gonna move this a bit closer so that it's easier to see. You don't have to keep scrolling over. So, looks like first, actually, we'll start from the sides. So first, we've got these, which go up here, and then this one, which goes a bit further down, and it's even got further behind it. Additional shape. What's that? Yeah, cool. Nice. That's good. So, same thing with this side. The nice thing about Callie is that her design is very symmetrical. So a lot of what applies on one side applies to the other side. So now, yeah, right. That which goes down to here, and this goes all the way up here. Got another thing that goes all the way up here, and that's kind of a central thing. Now we've got this one, which goes here. Which is actually pretty flat. Think that do it for this part of my hair. Perfect. I don't need that anymore. So now we are going to rest everything. Looks like we've got hair strands that kind of, that's her regular, the back of her hair is, almost looks like it's a bit messier. God, as far as general design goes, Callie probably out of all of them is my favorite. That's part of the reason why I'm wanting to do her first, because I just really enjoy her design in general. I might need to, is this like moving back down? Is this not tight? Ah, it's not. That's why. Okay. That's better. Oh, that's why I was doing that, so... And... go ahead and start the other side of this, and just like before, it's pretty symmetrical, so I could probably more or less copy what I see. Oh fuck, that's the wrong kind of... I want to keep things pretty much consistent with textures for now, because it'll make the inking process a lot easier. We're going to ink and color this, and thankfully we've got all of her colors and shades right here we can use. We don't have to choose those. And before anyone asks, no, we're not drawing the naughty bits. Not on this stream. I didn't even have the guts to do that with the Ina stream, which we will be completing that on Friday for Fan Art Fridays. Alright, so now comes the time where I have to hide that for a minute so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Let's see. So, what's your guys' favorite song by Callie? Personally, I'm partial to Scuffed Up Age. Can't really see what's behind her because her outfit gets in the way, so I'm just kind of doing a pretty generic thing. I imagine that the official character sheet probably has a view of her backside, so we can see how big her butt is as well, because that, of course, will be important later. Okay, so now we can bring that back up. Does she have a cowlick? No. Disappointing. I think cowlicks are really cute. Maybe I should add one anyway. Like, she's got a bit of a bedhead. Okay, I think for her hair that will do. And once again, I need to hide that so that I can see what the fuck I'm doing. We'll rename this to hair. That, bring that back up. Make a new layer. Hide that. Rename this to body. And let's see. I'm having to resist the urge to turn off the viewer count so I can see how many people are actually watching. I've been told that is not good to do when you're small, so it can hurt you. The worst part about this is that there's no, like, nude Callie for us to get an idea of what her, like, shoulders and shit look like. So I'm just having to guess. So, alright, so now we've got that done. We can draw her badonkadonks. And again, we're not drawing the naughty bits, we're just making a Barbie doll nudes. The naughty bits will be added later, off stream. Go ahead and add some of the details here. We're gonna focus on the head later. I'm not quite satisfied with how that looks. I'll update that later. For now, I want to focus on the body. So I've got her booba there. So now we can add the rest of details. How's everyone's night going? You guys having a good night? I hope you are. Nothing worse than having a bad night to end a bad day on. So if you're not already having a good day, I hope if you haven't had a good evening, I hope it gets better. That you can just sit here and maybe vibe while I draw the beginnings of some live hentai. Tell you one thing, I was hoping that it would be busier on Uber tonight. It was fairly busy when I first started, but it of course died down towards the end of the night, and then it got to like an hour before it slowed down about an hour before I had scheduled myself to start streaming. I really wanted to keep on that, so I decided to go ahead and call it early. I'll work a little bit more later tonight, earn just a little extra money to get things. So I've got bills to pay. I listened to Avenue Q again today, like for a little bit while I was working. That's the reason why I like doing Uber full time, is because I really like putting on music and just vibing with my riders. That's the kind of streamer I want to be, just someone a bit more on the chill side. Someone that's not necessarily super energetic like Tectone or Magni Desmond, but more someone that, you know, you can watch for a couple hours and go, you're chill. I like you. You're cool. You're a cool cat, even. So who's your guys' Oshis? Hololive or Niji-san? Bombs? Speaking of bombs, I'm very sad that Pikami has not streamed for so long. I miss her. I really hope she comes back, that they don't announce that she's graduating. If she does, if they announce that she's graduating, I'm gonna be super mad. Because this whole thing started because of a bunch of morons screeching at her. She didn't want to make a political statement. She just wanted to play a game about wizards. Speaking of that game, I got called a transphobe today. All because I told people not to scream at innocent people and to actually go outside and vote. This is why I think that it's not actually about trans rights. It's about sounding like you're on the right side of history. I should probably start drawing the fingies, so we'll start with the thumb first. But yeah, I was kind of shocked. And the guy was like, I found you. I wanted to tell you you're a transphobe and a terrible person, and you deserve to go fuck yourself. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, you actively sought me out. I was living in your head, rent-free, this whole time. God, hands are always one of those things that I struggle to draw correctly. Any other artists in the audience that can personally relate to that? Possibly? This is why I always just kind of draw sticky sticks for their hands. Come on. There we go. But yeah, the guy, I was like, wow, y'all are harassing. They don't make the rules, but they can influence them. They can vote for the people that do make the rules.